Halo did an amazing thing when they combined all their games, old games, into one. Now they had very not good execution and bad follow through, and all types of crap. It's very controversial, but I think it has to do more with the developers that are in charge of Halo that are clearly, they're incompetent or something. Something is not right because they constantly screw up the Halo formula, and they like just instead of innovating, they just remove things because it's easier. And it's Halo is used to be the best, and it's no longer even hardly talked about. Um, but now that Activision is owned by Microsoft, it has this is something I've said for a while, back when like COD Online was first a thing, the Chinese Call of Duty, because they have different rules in China. So they made a Call of Duty that was allowed in China, but it basically was all of the Call of Duties at the time mixed into one, all the guns, maps, the way the game played, and just a compilation of everything. And I've thought ever since then that they should do an official remaster and put everything back together. I mean, if they did exactly like the Halo, the Master Chief Collection, but they did it in Call of Duty version. So they took the game starting from Modern Warfare 4 or Modern Warfare 1, and then I don't know, say up to you could go up to Ghosts. You could even go all the way to Infinite Warfare, and but once you get to like COD World War II and stuff, it starts to be more modern in the sense of like how it feels, and it's not like OG. There's realistically they could put every single one in there, but and then you could pick and choose. That's the cool thing about the Master Chief Collection is you download all the Halos, and then you go to play multiplayer, and you can pick like I want to play Halo 1, Reach, 3. I don't like Halo 2, I don't like Halo 4 or whatever Halos you want to play, and then you just search for a match, and it'll put you in a game. It's not like COD Online in the sense of it's everything literally all mixed into one. So like you'd be able to use like 300 guns or whatever on anything. It would be like I want to play Modern Warfare 1, 2, and 3, the originals, and then you queue up for a game. But for each game, you have to have separate classes created. So Modern Warfare 1, you can only use Modern Warfare 1 weapons. Modern Warfare 2, vice versa. That would be better to me than the whole mix thing, because we have right now with Modern Warfare 3 and 2, we have a mix of just even two CODs. You have two modern CODs mixed into one for the most part. Like the maps, not really, but the guns, attachments, all that good stuff, the loadouts, a lot of this stuff transfers over, and it's already overwhelming with two CODs. Now, if you took six CODs or whatever and put them all into one game and then made people choose between all of them, and you could use all the guns, there's no limits or anything. If you split it up into game by game, I think it would be much more approachable to people that haven't played those games or aren't true hardcore Call of Duty fans. um, but having them separated like that, in my opinion, would be better. Not to say that I wouldn't play it if it was the other way around, but it would be it'd be much more approachable. So I think, there's no reason why they couldn't, and they could. I wouldn't be surprised if they have some of the old CODs already done or close to done, or we know that Modern Warfare 2, the multiplayer, was done for a long time before they finally released that shit this year for Modern Warfare 3. But they had, when they remastered the campaign, there's all these leaks saying they also remastered the multiplayer. They just didn't release it. And there's rumors that not Black Ops 6, but the year after Black Ops 6, so it would be 2025, next year. They're saying that it's going to be just like Modern Warfare 3 this year, where they're going to remaster Black Ops 2, like the maps and some of the guns, and but it's obviously still going to have modern COD problems, like the skill-based matchmaking and the battle passes and the shitty store and you know. But they are definitely trying to make strides. At least Treyarch is with Black Ops 6, to bring it back to, the original, and back to when everyone talks about, like these games, like why a master collection of all these games would be so popular, is people are starving for that OG COD feel. And they, most importantly, they cannot fuck it up. Like they can't put supply drops in, or they shouldn't do battle passes. It should be original CODs, and maybe there's a all around player level, like, so like your account level is level 500 or whatever, but in Modern Warfare 3 you're level 80, and then Modern Warfare 2 you're level, your prestige 3 or whatever, and then but you can have a main account level that links together, but then you have each game again separately leveling up stuff. And they could mix some of the maps in together and stuff. The maps isn't the big thing. The main thing, in my opinion, and you let me know if I sound dumb, but I feel like if they split the guns up, it would really make things better. The guns, attachments, because then it comes to the question of what kind of class system do you do? Because I mean, any true like fan, OG fan of Call of Duty will tell you that the Black Ops 2 Pick 10 system is by far the best creative class we've ever had. I mean, you could literally make your class do whatever you wanted. But at the same time, it was very limited, so you couldn't make very overpowered things, but you could at the same time. If you were really overpowered with your gun, you put 5 attachments on it or whatever it was, then you had no perks, you know what I mean? So, or I don't actually remember if that was Black Ops 2 that had that, or if they didn't implement that till Black Ops 3 with the multiple gun attachments, because I think you can only add 1 or 2 extra attachments. It doesn't matter. Point being, it gets very murky if you don't separate everything, So if they separate everything, everything doesn't blend together. It the way that they did the Master Chief Collection makes sense to me. And maybe I'm wrong, and maybe they even do like a different mode where it's like a frenzy mode or something, where it's everything all mixed together and you spawn with random weapons or something. But I think one of the main reasons they wouldn't do that, obviously, is if they do that, then it is going to split the player base like in half or even more than in half. Because Call of Duty is, they're not like starving. Like, obviously they're not bottom of the charts. They're still a top selling game every year. But compared to what it used to be, the hype level, it's so not what it used to be, and they know that. And so if they release a game, or like if they release a master collection, or if they released a, just like Modern Warfare 2 remastered, then people are going to, it's going to split the community up, and it's already split between Warzone and, the zombies mode, and then the multiplayer, and then on top of it, people just quitting the game because they're tired of the same shit every year, and it's in the stuff that they refuse to change, and their greed. And so if they put out a collection like that, it would divide the community so hard. And then, it's so, it is the kind of thing that they will not do until it is absolutely necessary. But on the same hand, Microsoft owning them now changes everything. Now for the first time ever, you don't have to buy Call of Duty. You can get it on your computer and your Xbox if you already have Game Pass, which I do. If you have an Xbox and you're not paying for Game Pass, it's almost like, bro, why not? It's $5 more a month, and you get tons of games. And when it first came out, yeah, I get it. It wasn't, all that. But now it's got a lot of value to it. And the more stuff they add, they're going to put all the old CODs on there. Hopefully they'll put, all the new ones, obviously. So if they were to release a Master Chief collection, or not Master Chief, but a Master Collection, you get what I'm saying. There, it's not as big of a problem, because Activision, when Activision was Activision, owned by Activision, they only have really one thing that they do that makes a shitload of money. They don't make a bunch of other games now. They used to. They used to make Tony Hawk, fun little Spider-Man games or whatever, just random shit. They don't do none of that. None of that. They do Call of Duty. They got Blizzard that they own now, which is still in shambles and fucking sucks. Don't get me started on that shit. Rest in peace, Hearthstone, brother. But now that, Microsoft, obviously they can not make money for a long time on gaming. They could give their shit away for free and it wouldn't matter, because gaming is not a small, but it's not everything that they do. Microsoft obviously is computers, and there is gaming involved, but every computer that you work on, unless it's a Mac, is Microsoft. You know what I mean? So they kind of have a huge ass, influx of cash that has nothing to do with gaming, where it's like Sony has some other little things, but it's not like Microsoft. It's not like they own computers for the most part, like Microsoft. They can make a master collection, and it can pull money away from the CODs, and it doesn't matter, because you know what I mean? They're so big, it doesn't matter. The main thing I think that they're going to be focusing on is to slowly start pulling shit away from Sony in whatever way that they can. Like, players not playing Sony games, they're playing Microsoft games because Microsoft is putting their games on Sony's hardware, which is mind blowing. That's another video in its whole self. Like, but I, it is a wishful thinking, it's so, and there's so many fun ideas with the Master Collection, but I think now more than ever, it is more likely to happen. I don't think that it will happen. And if it does, it may mean that things are really fucking not good, but I don't know. It's wishful thinking. Maybe we'll get some cool shit going on. I don't know. I've always been a Microsoft boy, and I've always loved Call of Duty. And now that they are one, maybe we can get some shit popping.